We live in a world where we all strive to be the next great artist, pro athlete, fashion designer, successful entrepreneur, or in my case, the next Charlemagne the God. But what if I told you the generation after us looks at us like we're the OGs and want to learn how to be just like us? Our platforms and our crafts hold volume, not only to ourselves and our own success, but also to those who watch our every move, imitating us, trying to walk in our footsteps. I'm here to plant the seed that will manifest inside the minds who want to be successful in their craft, and challenge them to step outside the box and unlock the potential God gave to us all. I'm excited for what is yet to come, but I'm also excited for the seeds you all will plant when they hear your story. Welcome back to the Walker Review. What's going on, world? Welcome to another episode of the Walker Review. It's your boy B-Walk, and I'm gonna take you down a little backstory with this interview we're doing right here. All right. So a month ago, reached out. My pops hit me up and said, "Hey, going to therapy today. Linked up with a dude that always helped me out. Said, hey, he wanted you to really check out his partner who's doing music. They got a show in Cali next month." So I said, "Okay, pops, let me go and tell him to send me the link, send me the title or the Apple Music, and I'm gonna go ahead and check him out." So a month in, I was checking out this music. Dope artist by the name of Real Augustine. Fam, from the lyrical content to the story that he puts with his music, I had to bring him into the house, and I had to make sure I wrapped it up with him. Just gets a little bit of backstory about where he came from, how he got really started in his music stuff, and allow you guys to see who he is as a person. So, without introduction, the guy, Real Augustine.
Real Augustine in the building, man. Thank you for having me.
Always, bro. I appreciate you. I tell you, it's a month in the making from me having that conversation with my pops to us now being in here getting this thing in.
Man, I appreciate being.
It's crazy how God works, ain't it?
Crazy how God works.
Yes, sir.
Mysterious ways, man.
Shout out to Vaughn. He the one who put this together. Hey, shout out to him. That's what real friends is for.
That's what dude. Yeah, that's dude put his work in. I was like, hey, man, if you're gonna fuck with me with this shit, you're gonna have to pull some strings as well. Hey. And he came and showed and proved, man.
Hey, that's love right there. Hey, love comes from real actions. And there was real actions in there.
That's real.
But for starters, let's just briefly talk about a little bit of your history. Reading your Spotify bio, seeing you were born in Kenya, moved to Decatur, Georgia. Just kind of briefly just take me down memory lane and from that transition when you were raised in Kenya for a little bit and then moved to Georgia.
Yeah, I'm a migrator, man.
Okay.
As a lot of Kenyans are. Basically, my parents are Kenyans. Give you a little background. My father was born in 1942.
Lord Jesus.
Yeah, man, he was born.
That's World War II.
Right.
Right there. Oh, okay.
Second year.
Yeah.
So my oldest sibling was born in 76. I don't even know how old the nigga is.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So I feel like, cause I know in African they don't stop regardless of the age. They ain't stop shutting it down. Ain't no tubes tied. We still pushing and shaking.
Right, and I was born in 94.
Got you.
So I have little memory of Kenya, but the little I do, I remember in 98 they had a real big terrorist attack that I really remember about. Seeing on CNN and shit.
Wow.
It was a big deal. Came to Decatur. I remember going to fucking elementary school in Decatur with all the white folks over there. Then in 2006, I came out here right after Katrina with the move. They came out here in Dallas. I was one of the outcasts with them.
And that's crazy. I remember that like it was yesterday. Like I remember a couple of houses down the crib. Like I remember I had a partner named Antonio, and I remember that time he had like 3 cousins who came in. They were all from New Orleans, and I was just like, I remember even in middle school, just. Bro, why we got so many new students and we had so many people from Katrina come in? And you built those friendships and a lot of them ended up staying. They never went back.
I'm still cool with it.
Yeah.
A lot of them to this day because I was one of the outcasts with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I feel that.
You know, they got Southern hospitality, but y'all niggas weren't that welcoming out here, bro. Y'all put me in that situation.
To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, because I could see how people were talking. Because, I mean, I didn't mean nothing about it, because I had already spent time at Antonio House and seeing, like, I was there when his granny was on the phone, like, hey, we lost everything. Like, we need this. Like, seeing them trying to survive. And you had some kind of small-minded people thinking like, dang, bro, they think they can come over here and take over our city, which ain't nothing like that. Because to be honest, if everything was groovy over there, they wouldn't have never left.
But see, like having the African heritage and then relating to these dudes, like America's calling them refugees.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
They weren't refugees because they are American citizens.
Exactly.
So
y'all actual Americans. Like, how you being called like a refugee?
And you can see how America, like, and be honest, because you can even tell when Kanye West came out with that, George Bush don't like black people, and you can just tell because let something in Kansas or Idaho pop off where a natural disaster come in, everybody running. Because the one thing that really irritated me is so many people lost their lives from Katrina because of lack of help.
Man, they lost everything.
Mm-hmm.
They lost their land, their houses. They lost their culture almost.
Because I go back.
That's a strong culture there.
It is. Because I love New Orleans.
Them moving out, I was really infatuated by them dudes because we were outcasts in a sense, you know. I wasn't from around, they weren't from around, so we became
banded together. Because I always tell people, as a culture, we're all about survival. Because we've had to survive so many different times, so many different periods. So it's second nature when things get hard. Hey, you get into that survival instinct. Like, yeah, sometimes you harden up a little bit because you got to conserve you and your own. So I can definitely understand that you banding with yours because, like, bro, we all we got. Even though we don't know each other for nothing, we all we got because we come from the same spot. Right. And we got to make sure if we going to stay here and thug it out, or we got to make sure we thug it out at least to get back. Right. So I definitely understand that.
So after that, in a nutshell, I became a man in Dallas. I love Dallas. Dallas is home for me, man.
Dallas is poppin'. I love Dallas.
That's my home, man. Like, I became a man here. I fucking got my first...
I was gonna say, what is your first memorable memory that you can take from being here in Dallas? That was just like, you know what, I'm here.
Bro, everything that has changed my life was here in Dallas. You know what I mean? Like, everything that has put an impact in my life was here in Dallas. Because growing up, I was still a youngin'. I really, you know, I can tell you my favorite songs at the time.
What are your favorite songs, dog? Because the next question was going to get into that, like, from that transition from Georgia to Dallas, what were some musical influences that you had that you would listen to?
Ghetto Mafia.
Okay.
Outkast.
See.
Some old shit.
I like
that.
that.
Think about it. Like, my siblings are in the 70s, 80s. MGG, 8 Ball.
Already, that's for sure. We moving like that.
3-6 Mafia.
Them two. Would you ever get into the Pimp C, Don B?
I was going.
There we go. I said he going down the line.
Here, and I really got the UGK and really got in touch with the UGK, and like I spent a year in Houston as well when I came out here. You know what I mean? And in Corsicana as well. I went to school in Corsicana, so that 45 South, I saw a lot of swingers and really got to know what's going on with that. And I fell in love with UGK, bro. Like, I opened up for Bun B 6 months ago. Out in Oakland.
Because I remember I met Bun B out at a sneaker con in Houston about 2 years ago. Dude was a solid dude,
solid,
bro.
Man.
Like, just, because the thing is, you would think, I mean, you got to understand with a celebrity, it comes with the territory, you meeting people, but him is just love, because he just feel the appreciation of you really rocking with him for this long. Yeah. Because sometimes these
because this the thing, we're so young, it's like, how the fuck you even know about
us? Where we at?
Like, like how you even...
That was your dad and your aunts, your generation.
You understand? But when I met him, real genuine dude, he really was like, oh, you came from Texas and held it down over here, and had a drink. It was a good time, bro.
Hey, that's respect
that
too.
was a dream come true, bro. Like,
nah, seriously.
I've been thinking about it like if Pimp C was alive, I would have met Pimp right there.
Bro, I just started reading this book on Pimp C. It's like his full story, and I'm not gonna lie, I skimmed through it the first time. It said 58 chapters, and just going through it, seeing the pictures, seeing his old tablets, seeing his old writing and poetry that he did.
I think they had letters from when it was inside.
Yep. I'm still getting through it, but just the story of Pimp C, because a lot of people just know about UGK and things like that, but they don't know the full story of Pimp C and Bun B. They just see the swingers or the verse songs that they put out and stuff like that.
Right.
And sometimes people can get clouded in that, knowing that these people are genuine people and they have a backstory that just like anybody, everybody has a backstory to get to where they was.
They talk about reality.
Because those artists, because I can say like this, because another question I wanted to ask you dealt with kind of the people who kind of started the era of rap that we listen to. When you think of West Coast and NWA, when you think of the South as UGK, and you think of up north when Wu-Tang, like those were the people who brought the realness of our situation, people in the 90s, 80s situations into fruition, so people were able to see the kind of stuff that we live into. And now artists kind of copy that blueprint to say, hey, we got to talk about what's real. We got to talk about what's really going on in our community, in our backyard, so they can understand why we think the way we do, why we dress the way we do, why we move the way we do.
That's true. And you know what's messed up is they try to portray it as that shit is dead.
Yeah.
It's not dead.
Not at all.
It is alive and well. But the masses, they're going to try to portray the bullshit to distract the kids and the youth, so they don't come up with that consciousness.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
That's why I'm here.
If you could, before we get into the music, if you could have a dinner with 4 artists, dead or alive, who would they be?
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive.
4 artists.
4 artists. Hey, I don't know. I'm saying the fanciest spot.
4 artists.
4 artists.
That's a good question.
4 artists.
I'm going to start from bottom up.
Let's go.
I'm going to start with Rick James.
Rick James. Why, Rick James. Hold on, talk to me, Rick James. The man. How Rick getting that
Rick
to the
James,
table?
he's going to bring everything to the table.
Facts.
He's going to have the ladies.
Yeah.
We're back in the 80s, so it's all good.
Yeah, you picking them at their time of their impact, so yeah.
Right. 4, I'm going to go with, you know, I didn't think that I would say this one, but as the 4th one, I say B.I.G., man.
And to be honest, I'm not mad at that. I got a big B.I.G. poster in my room, dog. I gotta
like
pay homage to Big Homie. Nah, seriously, because from the old documentaries, even when you see Biggie get on there, it was just always, hey, with a Pepsi.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, B.I., I think we'll eat good.
Yeah. And to be honest, he'll keep the vibe.
And he'll give the vibe. He'll probably be freestyling and shit.
For sure.
3, I'm going to bring a female in this one.
There we go. You gotta have a lady around, unless Rick James bring them up.
Rick James females are like,
I don't know, ain't gonna be ready. Ain't gonna be put out the restaurant.
It's alive. This one is alive.
Okay.
I'd say crazy ass Mariah Carey. I don't know why. Okay. Something about Mariah Carey.
But she can blow though. But she can go. That's the one thing. Like, you was never. Unless it was in some recent performances, you could never say that Mariah Carey wasn't on there singing every joint that was on her tracks. Bro.
Nah, they actually tried to shit on her in a little Christmas.
They tried to, but Mariah Carey been stacking for a long time. So that's not phased by too many people.
I always loved Mariah when I was little.
I messed with Mariah. I remember that MTV Cribs episode when she was showing all them dresses and them shoes. I remember that.
Second one, I'm gonna say Snoop, man.
Hey. The
Snoop
big dog. And family feel like, I don't know why. Like, you may not know Snoop personally, but it's like you feel like he your big uncle.
You feel like you know him already.
Like, all your life. It's just that hospitality feel. It's just like, you just show love, like, to anybody and everybody.
Man, Snoop's that dude, bro. Like, there's something about Snoop, man. Like, I feel like I know Big Dog.
I have a shirt. I remember I have a shirt with the full Doggy Style cover on it. And every time I step out with it, people like, bro, that's like nostalgia, bro. You don't understand. Just from that dog, it's not nothing like artistic, but from that dog, you just see like, bro, that's how it was back then. It
Like,
was gritty.
he created something. He created a whole wave, bro.
He did, bro.
A whole movement.
Yep.
Like, and then from that to the G-Funk era, like, them niggas, fuck all that, man. Number one, man. That was a good question, though, man.
I appreciate it, dog. It's just different things you want to bring to the table.
What's funny is I never really thought about. I always had it as a dream, like, oh, what if I met Snoop Dogg? But I never really thought of if I had dinner with this nigga. What if I had dinner with?
Because you got to think of like all the type of ideas that get pushed around at the table, like. Artists, I mean, we kind of think of it in a small sense, but them, they go after all these fancy dinners all the time. Yeah. And most of the time, they just sit next to somebody they cool with or somebody they really want to meet, and it ends up turning into a conversation that, hey, let's go work, let's go get to the stool. So, just a question I wanted to bring to you and see, hey, what would you even get in there and ask because of certain things like that? But we talked briefly off camera about your pops. I know you lost him to cancer in 2019.
Correct.
How did that loss in your life? Because I know anybody who can express losing their pops or losing a family member like their pops or their moms, it can be kind of devastating to them going forward. Just I want you to briefly just talk about that, how that shaped you.
It shaped me to the man I am today.
Yeah.
See, Pops, 2009, it's 10 years ago. He actually died on the 24th, which is 2 days ago from today. Wow. That was his anniversary. He was one of them old school dude that was always on my ass about shit. His two favorite words was responsible and organized.
Understood.
You gotta be responsible, you gotta be organized. At the time, I was probably like, this nigga always complaining, this nigga always fussing. But the shit really hit me as an adult. Like, yo, that's what he was always screwing in my head. Even though I'm working on it, even though I'm doing it every day, it's still not hitting me until one day I was like, yo, if this nigga didn't tell me this shit, I wouldn't know this shit. You know, like on Boys in the Hood, that nigga was like,
bro, and you would think, cause one, even back in that time, most dudes didn't have no pops.
Right.
And for him to be on him like that, it's just a sense of
he was
care.
like, you think I'm on your ass right now, but all these dudes, you're gonna see how they gonna end up.
Yeah.
That's, bruh.
And that's appreciative when you look back on it, dog.
Man. And my favorite line is the Webby, man. There's a song, You a Trip. I don't know if you know.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
There's a line on there. It said, my daddy used to tell me, get some new friends. I guess back then, they make sense.
Yep.
And that was one of his main things. Like, bro, you need to move different. You need to watch how you're moving. You need to watch the people you're moving with. You need to see all these things.
Right.
And all these things, I attained them, and that's why I am where I am today. But losing him, bro, it fucked me up. I lost me. Yeah, and that was 2-3 years afterwards, I lost myself. Yeah. I lost a big part of me. I lost the person who tells me, hey man, you need to get up and go to school. I was like, man, fuck school. I feel that.
It's just that voice, like, it's, in a way, sometimes even with my pops, I feel like his voice ain't gonna never leave. Like, you never think, oh, I'm gonna lose my pops one day.
You don't.
Because you just feel like he gonna be there forever.
Yeah, that's my superhero. Like, if anything, I knew I can go to him. If I needed some help with something, I know I can go to him. If I needed some shoes, I can go to him. I needed a new outfit, I can go to him. When that went away, I was like, yo, who the fuck? Because mom's only got enough to pay the motherfucking bills and shit. I mean, she gonna be like, oh, you want some new shoes? I'm like, Mom, you don't even gotta spend that. Like,
she gonna try to make it happen just to kind of fill that void, but you knew that in a way, having dad was somewhat of a luxury that you felt like you would never lose.
It was a luxury. That's the best way I could put it.
I feel it.
And I lost that luxury. So God was my father after that. You know what I mean? I just been looking at God like that. And God has been the one taking me through things. And hey man, you gonna be alright, son.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that shit still hurts me till this day. I be songs will play, like we'll talk about Pimp C. It's just some records, like one day you're here, next day you're gone. Like I hear that shit just have me drop that Denzel tear or something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
I know he's still living with you, because
of course.
Always.
Yeah, of course. He left it in me, so he's still here.
Understood. Yeah. Personally, when you lost your pops and emotionally you turned to the streets, like, were you looking at that like something to fill the void of basically like the luxury of having your pops and supporting your own, so you had to take from mom's pocket because she had things to take care of and things like that? Like, where was your mind at when you basically went down that road?
More filled my pockets than void.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't no void to fill. Like, yeah, that's kind of a void to fill when you think about it. Like, money doesn't really cure shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, man, I gotta go get me some money so I can buy a new outfit. Like,
For sure.
As a 14-year-old, that's something big. But when you think about it, it's like, come on, dog, you're putting all this risks on your life and your future for a new outfit, and some new kicks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I was lost. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, it wasn't something that I was proud of, but I didn't give a fuck.
Right. And I'll be honest, that's usually most people, they know that ain't the way.
Yeah.
But you so triggered on getting it how you live, like, bro, I don't care. Like,
right.
In a way, sometimes you feel invincible.
Right.
Like, you a shadow and can't nobody see what you're doing. But then in the end, once you get caught up, it's like, damn. So I wanted to really get into the music because when I listened to your project, I was like, bro, he's able to kind of fully express how he's feeling. You just gotta really, because most of the time, I'm a different kind of guy when I listen to music. I'm the kind of guy who listens to it all. I like to zone out, like, bro, cut it up high so I can hear what they saying and hear the lyrics behind everything. So I just wanted to briefly, like, about the Above Ground collection. Like, what was the concept of coming up with that?
It came from Above Ground and started in 2015. It was an idea. I just was laying down in bed and I was like, man, you know what? I just want to be above ground. I want to be on top. It's a success story.
Gotcha.
I want to tell the kids, like, I'm not that old myself, but there's, like, you think about it, these dudes is growing up fast.
Too fast. You got some 16, 17-year-olds in the men of the house.
You know
And they growth level has to be sped up because they have a high level of responsibility already getting given to them at an early age.
That's what was my situation.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not the only one out there.
You're not, for sure.
So I want to really tell them, like, I really want to show them, I want to show them that, yo, buckle down and get to it. Like, you have no time to waste.
Yeah, and we spoke about that briefly off camera because it's just like, bro, in this generation, you just can't tell kids, hey, this is how you do it. You got to show them because their minds is not trained to believe something they hear. Because they see the dope dealers on the corner getting their money. The only reason, because if it was just hearing about, oh, you can sell drugs and get this, it wouldn't be valid. Because they see people on the street just selling drugs and getting money. They see athletes spending hours on hours in the gym and getting in and then getting drafted. They see them on the video game. They really thrive and they want that lifestyle. So just being able to see something, give them something they can see and obtain.
And it ain't even just being an athlete or a rapper. You could be a lawyer, you could be a doctor. I know that's the shit that we always be hearing. And it's so hard because we didn't see lawyers and doctors growing up on the neighborhood. We saw the drug dealer and the pimp getting that money. But really do it. They can really do it. These kids can do it.
For sure.
They can do it.
You're right about that,
though. But with Above Grounds, I just want to make sure that motherfuckers understand that it's not about here. It's about way up there. Like, there's so much that's going on in spirit that goes on way beyond than what we can think of in our imagination. And it's not impossible to attain that shit or to reach that shit.
Right.
You can do that shit.
Yeah. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. So every day above ground is a blessing, man.
For sure. How did you get the name Real Augustine? Like, I want to know that. How did that become your artist name?
Augustine's my name.
Yeah.
And because I speak so much reality in my music, I don't paint a facade. I don't give them motherfuckers some fake shit, a fake story. So I figured, why come up with a fake name? Why I could just put Real in front of my name? You know what I'm saying?
Because I know sometimes people put a lot of thought into changing the full artistry of the name, and they don't want nothing close to what their real name is. They go off of things like that.
And I love my name. Like,
I feel
it's a
that.
unique ass name.
I feel you. I feel that, bro. Because I don't know too many people named Augustine. I really don't.
So I was like, why would I come up with another name when I already got a unique ass name?
Understood.
Thanks to my pops.
Yes, sir. But I wanted to ask you, these are my 4 favorite songs on the project, okay? So I want you to tell me where you were personally at when you were actually making these songs, right?
Okay.
So physically? First song. Well, basically physically, mentally, just whatever. So first song is Calculators.
Calculators.
Tell me about that. I just saw the visual this morning for that as well.
Oh, dope. Thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel.
I did.
Alright. Calculators. I was in the lab. I heard that beat, and it's got the beat. If you really listen to it, it's got these like digital like sequencing sound.
Not techno, but you got that jitty.
It's like a little sequence, and it just sounded like somebody in a lab, like on some scientific shit.
Yeah.
And I just heard calculators typing in my head.
Okay.
And I just came up with it right then and there when I heard the beat. I was like, calculators. I think I need a calculator. You know what I'm saying? Knocked it out. Shot the video with my dude DQ.
Yes, sir.
We both directed it.
We got directing credit. There we go.
Right.
Because that is important.
It's a vision. You know what I mean? It's a vision. Painted the picture. He helped me put the picture to life, and we put it out like about 2 weeks ago, a week ago.
I checked, like I told you, I checked it out this morning.
Right.
Backing up in the white. So I seen it. So next song was Reloaded.
Oh, really?
Because I when I listened to that, I was like, just because from going from Calculated to Reloaded, the flow of it changed. And you like kind of sink in, like you kind of got to take a seat back and just really listen.
Right.
Because like this beat can catch you to where he finna go into a real deep story. So.
Right. Reloaded, that one was really deep to me because I felt like I had just dropped La Cosa Vera about a year ago. At the time, it was about 6 or 7, 8 months ago, and I was like, nah, I can't just stop there.
Right.
And I didn't even have a vision for Collections Way at this point. I was just recording.
Right.
And that's really what I do. I just record and record and record. And then when they sound a certain way, it's like a playlist of them, I'll pick them out and put them all together with help of some other ears.
How long would you say it took you to put this project together? Just because I know you record, you could probably say...
I put it out in May. I started on it like November of the previous year.
Okay.
So about 6 months.
I got you.
Yeah. And that's with the mixing process and all that extra shit, you know. Yeah. And I'm hands-on with all of it.
So from the engineer...
I'm the engineer. I do all of it.
Right, so you basically are the mastermind behind the sound.
Behind the sound.
I understand. That's respect. Because most of the time you have people, I mean, everybody's supposed to play their role, play their position.
Right.
But when you are multi-talented like that, where you can play multiple positions, it makes it easy for you to get to your spot and do what you do.
Exactly, yeah. I make sure I'm hands-on with the production, with the directing, with the arrangement, the A&R of it. Like everything I'm hands-on with it. It's my shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, hey, ain't nobody have it better than the vision that you have for it, bro.
Exactly.
So that's exactly how I see it.
Exactly.
Next song, Remember Her.
Remember Her.
I was like, because I even care, like, bro, just even the wording of how you did it with the capitalizer HER. So that even messed me off. So remember her.
Nah, it's just a little story about a little thing. It's just real life situations. You know, a little girl that liked to drink Pinot Grigio. Okay. And get a little twisted. You know, we have a good time. But at the same time, she had her own agendas. Right. You know what I mean? Just like everybody else does. And she kind of helped me to understand that yo, better be on your shit, man. Yeah. She gonna take your shit.
And people need to really hear that because they don't understand. There's too many people out here with different kind of mindsets. They have their own intentions. The only intentions you can really control are yours. Exactly. So you kind of got to be understanding on what environments you're putting yourself into. Exactly. So that's what I felt there. I was like, okay, this can probably help some people when they get into some situations.
It could. If they really listen to that one, man. That's the last track of Collections Way, number 7.
There we go. And the last one that I really felt, because I was listening to the word Stack and Pray.
Stack and Pray is deep, man. The Stack and Pray was deep, man. When you talk about where I was at, mentally at that point, man, like that's all I can do in life right now, man. Like that's all I can do is just stack and pray. That's my main.
And there's a lot of people in that position because one, they trying to stack to get to where they personally want to be financially, life situation, and I'm a very spiritual guy. Like, I can't get anywhere without at least having a conversation with Big G.
Right.
Like, you gotta at least, because people always say, I don't know how to, where it's just like, bro, just talk to him. Don't make it like rocket science. Like, he gets you. He made you. He know what you gonna ask for. It's just a simple fact of you opening your mouth. Exactly. Closed mouths don't get fed. Exactly. So you always want him to bring the slab or the big table, but you're not asking for, bro.
And that's the thing, like, and a lot of times, you don't even have to ask. You can tell them.
Basically.
You can tell them.
People don't.
Man, you just talk to him. Mm-hmm. Like I told you earlier, like, I talked to him like, you're my father.
Yeah.
I don't have a father no more.
Yeah.
That's the only one I got. Mm-hmm. So I talked to him like, hey, man.
This where it's at.
And he shows and proves.
Always. I tell people this all the time, bro. As long as you living on this earth, you got a purpose to achieve. Don't think you just here taking up space, because guarantee he can pull you out if he needs you to.
Yeah.
So as long as you breathing on this earth, regardless of how hard it may be, you have a purpose.
Yeah,
move in your purpose.
Is a blessing.
Seriously, bro. So I want to play a quick little game with you, bro. It's called 21 Questions. Okay. Again, wanted to just pick your brain and see where you at with it, okay? Just like the dinner with the 4 people.
No problem.
So first question I wanted to ask you. If you had a time machine, would you go back in time or visit the future?
I go back in time.
Okay.
I go back in time to see what was done before.
I got you.
I don't want to know the future.
Understood. Any specific time that you would want to see back in time?
I want to see, like, when no motherfuckers was building the pyramids.
Dog, there's a lot of questions I have about that, bro. Because it's like, how? And it's so many, like, bro, the manpower. We know, but the manpower. How did y'all do it? Y'all didn't have modern.
It was gold.
Y'all didn't have modern machinery. Y'all were using see, that's what we gonna have a whole another we gonna have a whole another kind of conversation, dog.
That's the time I would like.
It is. Which is more important, truth or happiness?
Which is more important?
Yes.
Truth or happiness? Sometimes truth can fuck you up, man.
It can. But then again, sometimes can think, because some people can be drunk off of happiness and not really understanding the truth.
Right. True.
That's why it's like, which one you?
For me, I say happiness, bro. Because I've had some truths that fucked me up.
Understood. Hey, same. So I feel you on that. This is a good one. If you could be trained up in any profession of your choice by top professionals, what profession would you choose?
You know, I used to want to be a pilot.
Okay.
That was my dream job.
Okay.
Until 2001. Yeah. 9/11.
Fam, my mom has worked for the government predominantly all my life. When that happened, she always took plane trips to New York and D.C. I was so scared when that happened. I was like, bro, can you like not get on planes anymore?
Right.
Like, just no.
Up until that, I was like, nah, I don't
No, because I remember, like, I tell people, like, in certain things, like, I ask people, where were you when Michael Jackson died? I remember where I was at when 9/11 happened. Like, now I think about it, it was kind of lame. They had us go outside and say the Pledge of Allegiance. Like, I was like, bro, like, you being, like, I think I was like in 2nd grade, like, bro, go outside and say the Pledge of Allegiance. And they took a picture. I was like, bro, you doing this for the news? Well, alright. But a pilot, fam, not gonna stunt. If I wanted to be a pilot, I'd probably have to. What's minus the crack? What was Denzel on Flight? Minus the cocaine. He was cold.
He was nice.
Bro, being on that plane, hey fam, they would have died. They would have died if man was not floating in the sky, bro. So I for sure would. Hey, bro, teach me just minus the coke.
Yeah,
minus the coke. What food do you crave most often?
Shrimp.
Yeah,
like
I love some seafood, dog. Yeah. I bust down some crab legs easily, man.
Shrimp.
I'm messing with you, dog. Okay, this last question. If your parents hate the partner you love, would you ditch him or her or carry on with them despite the protest?
Like my old lady or something?
Yeah.
If I love her, like, fuck what y'all think.
Basically.
She ain't sleeping with y'all.
Same thing, because it's for me to understand, not you.
Yeah, you're not spending every day.
Yeah, because sometimes you see things where a mother will get a stepdad that you're not rocking with, and
That's different.
Seriously, like you're right. But
That's
then
different though.
you're
That
right.
nigga might be coming in the house drinking your juice and shit.
True.
Kool-Aid.
True, but then again, sometimes moms
just watching baby boy.
Bro came in and made me breakfast, drunk all the lady, dog.
Nigga butt ass naked
Man,
too.
say,
Like, come on, bro.
I ain't trying to have that at the
Come
crib,
on,
bro.
bro.
I'm trying to get your own
Yo, that
spot.
nigga Joe Dude's man, what?
Fam, people understand.
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid and mama would not say, she sticking with her man. She getting that experience.
Mama gotta
She
have
for real.
fun, too.
That's exactly what she said, bro. Ah, man. But, nah. Before we get up out of here, you guys you have a show coming up in Cali.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. More to San Francisco, December 18th.
Mm-hmm.
December 19th, in New Parish in Oakland.
Okay.
Both shows I'm opening up for Spitter Currency.
Yes, sir.
His,
I'm a big fan of Currency.
Yeah, he got Hot August Nights
Okay.
The West
Okay.
Coast run. So it's a little tour on there for 2 dates.
You doing, hey, from
It's
Bun
a
B,
cool thing, man. Yeah.
Currency,
Right.
fam, you only.
It's the second time for
Yeah,
Currency.
you ain't second time,
Yeah, second time for Currency.
bro. And I can only say you trending upward because people look for them opportunities to get on them type of tickets and be in them venues to kind of let
Also
people know
Cameron.
where they
I
at.
was also
Cameron,
Cameron, he's just on tour in July. I was with
Okay.
him out there as well.
you ain't no rookie to this. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Understood, bro. Nah, but I'm just appreciative for you coming through.
Nah, thank you for
Not
having me.
only just to come and tell your story,
Right.
because like I told you off camera, people need to understand and have a mindset of learning from other people, learning
Right.
from other people's experiences. Because like I said, most people think they opinions are facts, and they live their life thinking that nobody has to really move the needle or comprehend what they're going through.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm appreciative of your story, bro. Just going what you've been through and it just continue to prevail. I've learned a little bit about you. Hopefully you learned a little bit about
Yes,
me.
sir.
And I'm just wanting my fans to learn more about this guy. Be sure that you
back.
guys check him out.
I'm dropping Know Your Lane, and I'll be back for the review.
And that's what we on with it. On
Back
the
for
Walker
the Walker
Review for the
Review.
review.
You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
So tell people where they can follow you, social media,
Right.
Facebook, Twitter, where they can follow your music, YouTube, get your subscribers, all of it.
Right. All across the board, The Real Augustine. TheRealAugustine. Hopefully I'll spell it out for you.
I got you.
That's on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, just Real Augustine. Apple Music, Real Augustine. Spotify, Real Augustine. Tidal, Real Augustine. Wherever you're listening to music, MP3 players, Real Augustine. And you'll have everything on time.
Mm-hmm. So, I appreciate you guys for continuing to mess with me on the Walker Review. I appreciate you for being on the Walker Review. Continue to subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what I'm doing. Let me know what I'm not doing. Put me on some people that I need to interview, okay? So, it's the Walker Review. We still have big things coming for you guys, and I'm going to see you when I see you. Peace.